Johnny Gargano is heavily considering AEW. Plus, the Ring of Honor Championship is being defended in Impact Wrestling, and a SmackDown Star breaks another world record. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Johnny Gargano has been in the wrestling news as of the last couple of weeks. He's off to go and be a dad, and as I can attest to, with this boy being a dad, probably the best job in the world. He is definitely my son, as Ross can attest with his son. What's your son's name?
This is named after a drag queen, I believe, called Cracker.
Nice.
It sounds woefully inappropriate, but there we go. It's a drag queen, I've been led to believe by my girlfriend. So here's the dog from IKEA.
Oh, no, Bob, what have you done?
Oh my God, the microphone's gone. Anyway, Johnny Gargano, Dave Meltzer, we've got big news. He's heavily considering, this is Johnny Gargano, by the way, AEW. This is a quote from Dave Meltzer. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's some words from Dave.
Merry Meltzer, everyone. I'm Freddie Mercurying this, by the way, for the rest of the news.
Da-da-dee-da-da-do. Things said both publicly and privately. I know he's heavily considering going to AEW, put it that way. That's the big quote there from Dave Meltzer, who was apparently, according to the quote there, being told something in private by Johnny Gargano, and he's just gone and spouted out his mouth in public.
Rude.
Never trust Dave Meltzer as a friend.
Don't tell him any top secrets. Rude, I tell you. Now, it's not the first time that Johnny Gargano has mentioned a potential, partnership, relationship, friendship with the guys in AEW. He's talked quite glowingly about them on Twitch, citing Kenny Omega as a potential dream opponent. So I kind of thought that with someone like him, he'd probably end up doing stuff on the indies. I thought that he'd end up doing stuff. I think he could be a great get for GCW. I think he could offer a lot to them, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's also considering AEW. Obviously, this is based on what Dave Meltzer has said, and we don't know whether there's any offers on the table from AEW per se at the moment either.
Yeah. I mean, anywhere Johnny Gargano goes on the independent scene from sort of AEW down. I'm not even saying that AEW is on the independent scene, because of course they're not. But they're very indie-rific, aren't they, Tom? That's what I'm getting at. Anywhere he goes from AEW down, he's just going to fit in, isn't he? Because he's Johnny Wrestling.
Oh, like a glove. He is going to fit like an absolute glove. The indie scene is going to be very interesting in 2022. The Ring of Honor Championship is going to be is a really healthy addition to the independent scene already, because as we've seen since the Final Battle show, Gresham has been everywhere. The Ring of Honor champion is just getting getting around. He's getting around. Defending the title at GCW Blood on the Hills recently. He's got a few title defenses already booked in for next year. And we can now confirm that the Ring of Honor title is going to be part of Impact Wrestling. It's going to be defended at Hard to Kill, which is their first show back in the new year on January the 8th. He's defending against TNA legend Chris Sabin. That's going to be a fun time.
Motor City.
Clap, clap, clappity, clap, clap.
Yeah, it will be a good match. Chris Sabin can still go, obviously. Jonathan Gresham has worked this very recently and for years gone by, but it feels like in 2021 it's got to a different level with him. It feels like everyone around the world just respects that octopus man. Oh,
it's lovely to see him getting the nods that he genuinely deserves, because he's such a talented in-ring performer. So I'm happy to see him getting out and everywhere. He was on Desert Island Graps recently talking about how much wrestling means to him, and you can listen back to that on the podcast feed. Just putting that out into the world. Also for Hard to Kill, an X Division title match has been announced. We're going to see Steve Macklin challenging Trey Miguel for the title. Now, this has been a fun little story told, because for Trey Miguel, he's been a fighting X Division champion. Macklin's been in several multi-man matches and never been pinned in any of these matches. So he's got legit beef that he should be the X Division champion, since he's never technically been pinned in an X Division title match. So they're going to have a one-on-one on January the 8th. They join alongside, for that Hard to Kill card, a Hardcore War 10-man tag featuring Violent by Design and the Good Brothers facing Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, Heath and Rhino. Lady Frost, Rosemary, Jordan Grace, Tasha Steeles, Chelsea Green and Rachel Ellering will compete in the first Women's Ultimate X match. The Inspiration face the Influence, Madison Rayne and Tennille Dashwood, for the Knockouts tag titles. Josh Alexander steps up to Jonah, former Straight to Hell guest Jonah. Bless you. He was your friend from Straight to Hell, wasn't he? It was a good time.
He was, yeah. I'm trying to look who else has been on Straight to Hell. I've had
Chelsea
Carl
Green.
Anderson. Chelsea Green. Who else is there? That's it, I think. That is it. Jonah and Chelsea Green and Carl Anderson. Yes.
It's a strong lineup. The Knockouts title being defended in a Texas death match. Mickie James facing Deonna Purrazzo. And Moose defends the Impact World title against Matt Cardona and W. Morrissey in the weird part of the multiverse where Matt Cardona's a babyface. It's the only place where he is.
Yeah, I was watching that little bit where Matt Cardona smacks Chelsea Green with a chair upside the head, and you explained to me wonderfully that Matt Cardona, just in Impact Wrestling alone, is a baby face. And obviously, a lot of what we see of Matt Cardona is on social media, if you're not catching GCW and stuff like that. So, to see that is very strange indeed. What a weird vacuum Impact Wrestling's in.
It really is, but they're going to have a busy year next year. They're back on the road, so if you live in the States, you could probably catch some Impact Wrestling, because they did long runs in Nashville and Vegas for TV tapings and shows, but they're actually getting back out into the world. January the 21st and 22nd, they're doing shows at Fort Lauderdale in Florida. February 19th and 20th, they're in New Orleans. March the 5th and 6th, they're in Louisville, Kentucky. March the 18th and 19th, this is cool, they're at the 2300, the former ECW arena in Philly, which should be always fun. And April the 23rd and 24th, they're in Poughkeepsie, New York. If Impact is in your neck of the woods, pop along and say hello. Now the world is getting back to normal. Seems like the right time to do it, does it not?
Of course it does.
And Finalamo, a tag team partner of Ross's favourite wrestler ever, enters the Guinness World Record books this week. Who are we talking about, Ross?
Nat by nature. Natalia, of course, has entered the Guinness World Record books because, and I quote, she's made the most pay-per-view appearances and had the most matches for a female in WWE history. Which, by the way, has and also has the most wins in a career for a female with 641 as of November of 2021. So a double header there, Tom.
It is a double header. So we the pay-per-view appearances had been mentioned, the most matches had, but the most wins is the brand spanking new one. And congratulations to Natalia on entering the world record book again. Do people still get, Ross? Do you remember, Ross, when you were younger? It might be because I'm very old. When at Christmas, you'd always get the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, yeah, I've got like 2001, maybe through till 2005, something like that at home. Lovely, sparkly, trippy covers all the time, weren't they?
Yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
I'm curious whether Natalia's milestone is important enough to be featured in like the printed version of the book next to like the man with the longest toenails or something.
I tell you what, though, I had one my dad actually had when he was a kid from the sort of 60s, I think, maybe, or maybe the early 70s, something like that. And there was a guy who had the record. I don't know what the record was for, but the picture was him with a bee beard. And that gave me nightmares for years. It was a full-page picture of this man with a beard that was just made of bees. It was a lovely shape to it, mind, but it was absolutely terrifying.
The bee beard. I think I remember the bee bearded man from the Guinness Book of Records.
I don't know what record it could be. Most bees on a face at any particular one time. It's the record everyone wants to break.
Genuinely, records can be broken at any point because you just have to be the first person to do something. So I could go most candles balanced on head. Hang on.
Most toy dogs named after RuPaul's Drag Race drag queens.
There you go.
Balanced on head.
We're both record breakers as of now.
If you want to be the best, if you want to beat the rest, dedication's what you need.
What a lovely image to end the last news video before the new year on. That's lovely. This is, I believe this is our last news video before 2022, sir. So that's that.
Yeah. This is it. Everyone's on their Christmas breaks now until the new year, I think, unless you're back. You're probably going to work all the way through because you're a mental man.
I've got Christmas Day and Boxing Day off, so that's fine.
Have you really, though? You'll be gathering information for something to do next year,
I will be gathering cheese into my face tomorrow.
And why?
That's mainly the plan. We've got loads of stuff on the channel over the festive period, despite the fact that we're no longer able to be near each other geographically. Before the world kind of half shut down again, we managed to get together to do some really fun stuff, which you'll start seeing from tomorrow, I think.
I'll tell you what, Tom, shall we give a little spoiler, a little teaser, for a little reward for people who have stuck with this news video for so long as to watch the sort of stuff we have coming up?
Okay.
January I've got the full scheduled thing here, so January we'll work backwards, right? So, in fact, no, we'll work forwards because that makes more sense.
Let's not drop all of them in. Like, there's a special video dropping Christmas Day that I think will be a nice. The two videos dropping Christmas Day that I think will be a nice surprise.
Nice surprise. Okay,
Let's leave those as a surprise.
Reacting to the first ever Cultaholic Wrestling podcast, which is tonight on YouTube and on your podcast feeds, wherever they are. I've done another assumptions video, answering your biggest assumptions about Cultaholic Wrestling. We have another in the latest of the booking series, which Tom Campbell took place. So shall we reveal what that one's about? That's coming out on December the 28th.
We are going to be ending Roman Reigns' title reign before WrestleMania or at WrestleMania. And that was the criteria.
The point in that video where everyone loses their bananas and it's fantastic. We've got the yearly tier list roundups of the SmackDown, Raw, and AEW rosters, which took bloody ages. I've done a compilation video of the 10 most outrageous things sent straight to hell. I've done the 10 biggest WWE WTF moments of 2021, AEW WTF moments of 2021. We've got a list here of the 10 worst NXT to WWE call-ups, 9 pitches for WWE in 2022, AEW in 2022, and we've got a couple more surprises as well. That's enough for you.
I might mention one I'm doing, which took me an hour and 10 minutes to do. You know when you put an idea down on a piece of paper and you go, I'm just putting this down as an extra idea. I don't think anyone's going to go for it. And then they go, yeah, that sounds good. Do that one. Breaking down every WWE release in 2021. Brace yourselves for an hour of me talking to the camera and getting more and more frazzled as the show goes on.
So I've got lots of, as we said, we shot all these a couple of weeks ago, so there is a few more surprises where there's all of us, well, some of us, more than 2 of us in multiple videos, having a jolly good time.
Absolutely.
And doing some YouTube bollocks.
Well, thank you so much for supporting us for another year. It's been all over the shop, isn't it? This one.
Yeah. We've made it through, though, just about.
We got through it. We start as we end, and we couldn't do it without the wonderful support of yourself watching this. So thank you very much for being a part of our silliness.
You, yeah.
And let's do more silliness and more wrestling goodness in 2022. Stay safe. Merry Christmas, if that's your jam, if that's your thing, if that's your jam.
Whatever you're celebrating.
Whatever you celebrate, have a merry one.
Have a merry one.
And love you, merry bye.
Love you, merry bye.
Merry bye. Idris Elba, merry bye.